Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. Jarl of the Appian Way here. I've got a replay for you. Today, I am looking at Hector of Troy, and facing him up against Agamemnon Mycenae. So, I've got to admit, I am fairly underwhelmed with Hector's roster. Hector's roster is fairly thin, but there's a good reason why. Let's take a look at the units I've chosen for this army, and I'll give you an idea. So right here, first up, the Guards of Troy. These guys are fantastic. Like, this is a Swiss Army knife of a unit if I've ever seen it. It is, however, unique, and you're only going to be able to use 2 per army when multiplayer comes out. Here's the Champions of Troy. Oh, no, wait, the Guards of Troy actually... No, I'm mistaken. You could take 3 Guards of Troy, not 2. Champions of Troy, these guys are beastly, beefy, amazing. They even have javelins, and they don't just have javelins. They can, they can put their shield on their back and go just spears. The problem though is that their speed's only 28, so you're not going to really use them as a charger unit. You're going to keep their shields up at any given time. By the way, that shield block chance is like 85%. Yeah, 85%. I mixed my main line. I did Guard of Troy, Champion of Troy, Guard of Troy, Champion of Troy, Guard of Troy. Okay? Backing that line up, I took 4 light skirmishers. There are other units on the Hector roster for ranged units, and those would be slingers and 2 versions of bowmen. Frankly, the light skirmishers armor piercing means that, and the fact that this is the cheapest of the 4 units, you're going to take the javelins every time. I brought Hector himself, the main man, just to kind of show you, look how tall he is, just to kind of show you, you know, the titular characters here. This is the Trojan Chad right here, Hector. I've also brought along, on the flanks of my main line, 2 medium infantry units. You can only get 2 in an army. Again, only 2. Hector's chosen. These guys are experts in flanking and immune to flanking, so put them on the flanks. Yeah? Yeah, cool. And then I brought an Anatolian chariot. And for the opposing army, I brought, you know, just kind of a decent mix of Agamemnon stuff. There's 3 Achaean slingers here to prove a point. I brought Agamemnon's guards and 2 a young spear and an armored... Wait, hold on. Oh, he didn't even... Okay. I brought 2 young spears along with... Let's see here. 2 units of Agamemnon's guards, an armored charger, which is a heavy 2-handed spear infantry with a speed of 35. By the way, with the speed, the magic number here is 45. 45 is the speed of a hero on foot. Almost all of them have that speed of 45. I also brought 2 reinforced chariots, Agamemnon's companions, 2 of them, and Agamemnon's guards. They're the other unique units. So let's give you a real quick look at these units. The Agamemnon's guards, this really rad looking spear unit, right? 2-handed spear infantry. And the other unique unit being the Agamemnon's companions, 2-handed axe infantry. Man, he's blocking the sun. Okay, all right, so, but we're here today to talk about Hector. I can talk, I swear. I gave Agamemnon 2 heavy chariot units, pretty much just to prove a point, as well as the 3 Achaean slingers. So, first thing right away, you're going to notice the speed difference between the Champions of Troy at 28 and the Guards of Troy at 35. 35, remember that number? Yeah, the Agamemnon's guards. But look at this. Slingers. They're chucking their little stones at the Guards of Troy. Now, these guys only have a 75% missile block chance, but they also have 80 armor. These little stones they're chucking, nothing. But look at this. Not only are the Champions of Troy versatile, they can throw javelins on the move. I really probably should have saved those javelins, but it was just good to prove a point. That chased off those Achaean slingers quick, and these guys only have a speed of 28. Like, are you serious? The speed on the Achaean slingers is 48. So here comes Agamemnon. Agamemnon, I put on a chariot. He has a skirmishing chariot option. Look at that. One shot just drops a Guard of Troy. Beautiful. So here comes the guards of reinforced chariot right into a guards of Troy. Hector right there to meet that next round of it, and they're going to push into the light skirmishers, and I'm immediately going to turn all of these javelins onto the reinforced chariots, because this is actually something they're good for. And I have this Anatolian chariot on standby, kind of waiting for this other chariot to activate. Agamemnon took some hefty damage there, I'm assuming from javelins, or he charged his champion. And look, okay, by the way, this is just unreal. Champions of Troy have been met by young spears, Agamemnon's companions, and another Agamemnon's companions. They're going to hold this. They're going to hold this long enough for the javelins to come and wrap up these two Agamemnon's companions. And as you can see here, I brought this guard of Troy back with Hector and my Anatolian chariot. Just every bit of mass and damage dealing potential I can. I still have javelins being thrown into this just so I can eliminate this chariot, and it's going to work. This light skirmisher is the one that got run over a second ago, and they're now out of this mix. The slingers, now realizing that throwing their little stones at guards and champions is worthless, they're going to try and deal with Hector's Chosen. That's a better target, but Hector's Chosen, I mean, we're still looking at 85% missile block chance on those shields. Okay, they're getting run over. I did kind of have them out here to try and just protect this flank, but they are going to get run over here. Here's a one-on-one match between Agamemnon's guards and guards of Troy. Even Stevens. Look at this, look at this. Agamemnon's guards chasing off, being chased off by champions of Troy. I've freed up the skirmisher. Here's what I was talking about. Look at this. Agamemnon's companions, they're soups expensive, and they're just getting pelted right now. Eviscerated. He had to pull this companion back because he's hoping he can bail out his Agamemnon's guards. Agamemnon's pulled into this battle. I think he's gotten off of his... Yeah, he's gotten off of his chariot at this stage. Which I don't know why you would want to when you're surrounded by Hector's Chosen. The last place you want to be as a dismounted hero is in a blob of swordsman infantry. He activates his Aristea. I've got Hector out here chasing down the Agamemnon's companions just so I can hold them down, so I can keep throwing javelins into it, and it is paying me dividends. This Companions of Troy, look at them. Even dealing with a reinforced chariot, they're doing just fine. This Champions of Troy getting shot in the side. Look at the health on the companions, just gone. Hector's Chosen out here, a medium infantry unit in the middle of those armored chargers and winning. This is just beastly. The damage potential, especially if you pair Hector's infantry with skirmishers, with these light skirmishers, which are, again, the cheapest skirmish unit that you have. Just ungodly. Oh, by the way, somehow, I totally forgot this Guards of Troy was on the move. 34 speed. I had them chasing a young spear. Also 34 speed. The Guards of Troy are as fast as a young spear. They're as fast, almost as fast, as the Achaean Slingers. And the Achaean Slingers, they're not going to do anything to this guy. Okay, so now I've got Hector out here just he was trying to heal up this champion of Troy. So he moved into this mob and then activated his healing ability, but then I noticed Agamemnon on foot. Okay, let's fight. 1v1 me, brah. Aristea. And I'll let you guess how that's going to end. Agamemnon is not a warrior of men, and Hector is just, oh god, look at all those activated abilities. He is tanky. He is meant to be extremely tanky. I have the luxury to just sit here with heavy infantry and with my chariots, because I am... Oh, we actually have an engagement I'm going to lose here. Champions of Troy against Agamemnon's guards, but likely this champion had already been beaten around a bit. My javelins are out of ammo, but here we go. Hector's Chosen. Gonna outspeed this. Oh god, 53 speed? Did I read that right? 53 speed on Hector's Chosen. Just eviscerated that unit. Absolutely eviscerated. Agamemnon's gone. Victory is mine. My Aristea is still active. Hector is not going to let him just go that easy. That's right. Go to sleep. Exactly. Exactly. Let's look at some of those statistics. I did not put XP chevrons on any of these units. Guards of Troy, champions, both of the champions of Troy, both of Hector's Chosen, and Light Skirmisher all gained experience. This army build was exactly the right amount of funds. It took up all of the, 12,400, 12,800. It took up all of those funds. Easy. Hector on foot, 3 guards of Troy, 2 champions of Troy, 2 Hector's chosen. And that's all of Hector's unique units right there, pretty much, in a nutshell. Just boom. And that left me room for a single Anatolian chariot and 4 light skirmishers. I think this army build might be the one of the best bangs for your bucks when the multiplayer launches. Agamemnon's casualties were horrific. These were his unique heavy infantry damage dealing units, and they could not pull it off against the champions or the guards of Troy. They just could not. Now, I say all of this, and you might remember what I said at the beginning, that I'm underwhelmed by Hector's roster. While he does have some beefy infantry, I built this Agamemnon army to pretty much get rolled over. I wanted to show you Hector at his best. I gave him armored chargers to go along with his young spears. He didn't use it the way I would have, but hey, I gave him a decent, flanking and attack force. I gave him the best infantry I could, but I also gave him the Achaean slingers to show you how useless they're going to be against Hector. Do not take slingers if your opponent is going to bring heavy infantry. And guess what? Your opponent's always going to take heavy infantry. The only thing these Achaean slingers should have been doing is they should have been shooting at my light skirmishers. This was just too easy. Okay. So I'm going to go into another battle. I'm going to fight one live. And I'm going to try out some other little... Here's what I was saying about that army. Perfect funds, right? Perfect funds. We're going to go... Let's try Enyo's Passage. Sure, that looks fun. We're going to do Troy and Mycenae again. Let's clear this army. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that magic number 45. Every hero... Every roster, 45. It just makes sense that if I'm going to judge a unit based on its speed, I want to judge it based off of its ability to stay with that hero, or judge it based on its ability to stay away from another hero. In the instance of skirmishers. All right, so we're going to go Hector again. This time we'll take him in a chariot. I don't really feel like the need to spend up to a ridiculous reinforced melee chariot. The missile damage on the skirmisher chariot, though, looks pretty nice, and there's not much to bring a difference between these two. Actually, the skirmisher chariot has more armor. So for only 50 funds more, never take the melee chariot, take the skirmisher chariot. I mean, you get a ranged attack and more armor. So this does everything the melee chariot does, and then throws some ridiculous armor piercing, so likely javelin damage. Also, this is going to bring your speed up to 74. Hector is not a speedy guy. As far as the heroes go, he doesn't have very many abilities to buff his speed. He's got Vanquish, which does give you a 20% speed boost, but he is not going to be escaping the likes of, especially Achilles, if Achilles activates his Come Fight Me ability. So here are those 3 special units. The Guards of Troy only costing 880. For their cost, what they contribute is phenomenal. We're going to take the maximum number of those. We're going to take 3 of those. The Champions of Troy, honestly, I'm just going to take 2 of them again because, those javelins, the fact that they can run and throw them at the same time, even though their speed's only at 28, they're fun. And then, speaking of fun, Hector's Chosen, also really fun. If you don't take these units, I would recommend taking some Trojan Defenders. Trojan Defenders could be a good mainline infantry, but I still think I would prefer the Guards of Troy to Trojan Defenders. Let's compare those two real quick. So the Guards of Troy have less hit points, only 5 fewer armor. Let's see what their missile block chance is. Only 45% missile block chance. The Guards of Troy have 75, I believe. That's Trojan Defenders. Show me the guards. Gods. There they are. Yeah, 75 versus the Trojan defenders 45. I mean, you're also getting a spear for your trouble. All right. So you're getting bonus versus large, bonus versus swordsman, and bonus versus axeman. So I would not take Trojan defenders. The heavy Trojan spearmen, I've seen these guys used in my Aeneas campaign. These guys have large swordsman, axeman bonus. Their missile block chance is 75. They have much more health, a little bit more armor, but they're also slower than the Guards of Troy. Okay, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and say it on record. Take 3 Guards of Troy. For their cost, these guys are just so much more useful to you. And you've saved yourself, let's see here, that's almost 600 funds. 540 funds. You know what you can do with 540 funds? That's an archer for one, but I'm not going to recommend you take archers. I'm going to recommend you take light skirmishers almost every time. The militia warband, the only thing you want to use them for is chasing enemy skirmishers. If your opponent brings lots of javelins, that's when you actually want to care about that, I suppose. Trojan warriors, though, pretty much a better option for only 20 funds more. I mean, the charge bonus, the melee attack, they're just more versatile, so I would definitely recommend Trojan warriors over militia warband. If you want some chaff to go up there and eat some ranged attacks, I guess you put swordsman in front. I don't know, like, I don't see much value to taking any other infantry than this line right here. So that brings me to the mythical creatures. The Minotaur is really underwhelming right now. I do not like this unit. Its bull rush ability, which seems to be its signature move, is you're unable to attack with it, and this whole tramples enemy units thing, it just gets stuck on the first infantry guy it runs into. It's either not working as they intended, or it's extremely underwhelming, and he just stands there and gets stabbed a lot by spears. It's not actually a unit I would recommend. The Cordobantes are great, however. They have shield wall formation. However, with their cost of 1,300, I can't quite pick somebody I would want them to replace. They might be a good, like, if you really feel like you just need more infantry, you can throw them into the middle of this line. But frankly, I don't think you need that. I think you could save that funds right there. So what does that leave you with? Well, it leaves you with your light skirmishers. I wouldn't take slingers or archers. I really wouldn't. Not when your light skirmishers are more affordable and have the armor-piercing damage ability. We'll take 2 of them for now, and 1190, huh? Let's take some Trojan warriors. It's 450 left. Well, I'm not getting a chariot out of this build. Let's do one more Trojan warrior. My thought process here is that I can use these guys to charge down archers or something. I don't know. We'll find a purpose for them. That's not gonna be a problem. So yeah, and just a little bit extra fun. So those guys all start with one little XP boost, as will the light skirmisher. Mycenae, let's see here. Let's find a... Okay, here's a Agamemnon army. We're gonna take away all of these extra ranks. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take the Minotaur because I'm gonna show you how underwhelming this is. This leaves me with, okay, 2 Agamemnon's guards, a light javelinman. Is that a special unit? It is. Interesting. Speed 46. That's magic number. 125 melee damage. Say what? Hold on. I'm sorry, what? 125 melee damage is the same as a renowned slinger and a renowned archer. Well, maybe it's not all that impressive. Okay. But they do have armor-piercing javelins with good range. Really? 115 range? How do they do versus me? Oh, yeah, only 15 more. Okay. Let's see here. They put Agamemnon on the skirmisher chariot. Let's see if he actually uses it this time. And what did I free up? 430? Well, I don't like 430. I actually don't. We're going to put him on foot. 530. That'll free us up for a renowned slinger. No, I'm not that cruel. He could use more infantry. Let's give him another spearman. And with those infantry units, we're going to promote them. 227. How about these guys? 127. How about these guys? 84. Oh, come on. We're going to promote this one then. We'll give it 3 ranks. There we go. Let's see how this army does. And I picked for the map Enyo's Passage. Let's just see how this goes. I'm very curious. And in this battle, I'm going to talk about what I foresee as being a problem for Hector. Hector is, for all of his army's strengths, I feel that he is particularly vulnerable to chariots. He does not have as many solid answers to chariots. These trees are actually going to be his best answer to chariots, so I'm actually going to try and utilize these trees to move in my Trojan warriors and my skirmishers. And I can probably, let's see here, we're going to do, I could probably also put the Hector's Chosen in the trees. Alright, so here's going to be my front line in that formation. Alright, I'm going to have the 3 Guards of Troy here and the 2 Champions of Troy here. Because I'm going to be able to combo their javelins with more javelins in the trees and everything. It'll be rad. And I'll use Hector to help beef up the guards just that little bit more. All right. So let's group that. Now, for what I intend to do out here, we're going to put these guys in the front. These guys right here. We'll make that a group. We'll make these guys a group as well, and we're going to turn off skirmish mode. Okay, so he's all the way back there. That's fine. We're going to move our front line up here. Group 2 is going to set it up right here, and group 3 right behind. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull him off of this hill. This hill is a really good spot for him, but I can get his slingers to waste shots into me. Agamemnon's out here with club warriors, bows of Mycenae, armored spearmen, shielded clubmen, spearmen that I boosted. The Agamemnon's guards in the back with the Minotaur. That's hefty. That's nice. And then we got the chariot here. Let's go ahead and speed up time. I did put Hector on a chariot. That's something I have to remember, because he does have that ranged ammo in that chariot as well. Alright, and bringing up the rear, the Champions of Troy. Okay. Let's hard group this by hitting Control G. Hopefully that means they'll march together. They're also going to retain their formation. And I'm going to move up to just inside that slinger's range for my Champions of Troy. Hopefully he'll shoot the Champions of Troy. I'm actually going to stop this guy's movement just right here. This way the Champions of Troy are going to be the ones to eat those slings, and it should be just as devastating as I'm expecting it to be, aka not at all. Move these guys up, move the javelins up right behind, just using that tree line to my advantage. Okay, and so he's content to sit here on his hill. Alright. Give me some javelins. Give me some slings. Whose range am I inside of then? Oh, here they come. Alright. Bonk. So you start with 8,400. This is like the 4th volley now. I finally took more than 100 damage. No problem. I could sit here all day, in fact. But I'm not gonna. Now that we've got that slinger's attention, let's push up like this. I'm actually maybe not even going to go that far. I'm going to see if I can't bait out an attack if I just go up like here. There we go. I'm just going to go up to like this little path right here. These slings are going to continue to target this Champion of Troy, and this Champion of Troy is going to be just fine. They've only lost 200. They're losing a little bit more health now that I've got my flank kind of exposed to those guys, but we're okay. Ooh, javelins! Javelins! Don't like that. Let's see if we can't dissuade these light javelin men with Hector's ranged attack. Go for it, Hector. Oh man, that killed 3 models in 1 javelin. They're still standing there though. And now you can see I'm actually starting to take more damage on the line. He's still not coming off that position. Okay. And then it's time to make him regret that. Here we go. Oh, the Club Warriors have javelins. We're gonna charge Hector straight into the bows of Mycenae. Alright, now they're moving. Time to move these guys up.
Your hero is
Vanquish. We're gonna activate that heal. And Divine Focus. Yeah, that chased away that chariot real quick. Hector is now caught up in the Agamemnon's guards. We'd rather be fighting them. Okay, Hector. You don't have to go that far away.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Alright, let's get these chargers into the armored spearmen over here. And let's just go pick our targets with our swords, with our Hector's Chosen. Javelins have already opened up. I'd rather get the javelins into Agamemnon's guards. Let's go ahead and I'm going to attack the chariots with Hector's Chosen. We'll see how useful this is. Well, the chariots are mostly getting to the back of my infantry. They're doing some damage, too. Those guards of Troy are taking some hits. Did I lose somebody over here? I did. The guards of Troy. Interesting. Let's activate Vanquish. Let's do another Divine Focus. And, ooh, yeah. I love these little flanky boys. Let's get that Minotaur. Javelins. You guys are doing me so much good, but go ahead and hit their light javelin men for now. Hector can just sit here all day. Using the Divine Focus does cost him that stuff over time, but it's giving me the extra damage potential right now to use against Agamemnon's guards. I am kind of blobbed up over here. If he had more chariots, this would just be an easy punishment here. And, I mean, look at this. So, like, Agamemnon and the Minotaur out here, Hector's Chosen are still doing just fine. Where's my other Hector's Chosen? Oh, they're in there too. I just can't see their little thing. Okay, guys, you can back up now. We're in this a little bit too deep. They did plenty of damage to the light javelin men, but hey, now that the javelin men are exposed, I'm gonna go ahead and put Hector into it. Vanquish with that 20% speed bonus. He's just gonna roll right through whatever gets in his way, and he's gonna hit these light javelin men, and that should be it for them. Guards of Troy are not doing so well over here against Agamemnon's guards. Javelins. Let's go ahead and hit the armored spearmen, please. Yeah, Hector's gonna win this, no problem. Guards of Troy holding out really well against Agamemnon's guards. You have to remember Agamemnon's guards cost far more than the guards of Troy do. I am getting rolled up in a lot of different spots, however, so might be time to consider some flanking charges from Hector, actually. Let's go ahead and get these guys back into it. I can probably chase these bows around. Yeah, speed 35, the bows of Mycenae, speed 24. Alright, I've been misusing my chargers. I really should have considered them a little bit better. Let's go ahead and bring them out this way. I'm going to send one after this javelin man, one after this archer, and one after these slingers, and that should be good enough. We're going to chase down these guards. Hector, activate your Aristea. Let's hit up some Agamemnon. Let's also get these guys into Agamemnon. Let's get these guys into... I don't see their Minotaur anymore, by the way. I'm pretty sure we killed that. I'm going to pull one of these swords out. Javelins, target Agamemnon's guards. And here go the chargers. Speed, 39, 41, 41. Speeds of my targets, 30, 40, and 24. Already caught. Alright, so I got these swords out. Let's hit Agamemnon's guards before they can escape. And we're going to chase with the other Hector's Chosen. My javelins. They can focus on Agamemnon's guards up here. They've got their backs exposed. This will be lovely. And everybody over here can just collapse in on Agamemnon. He's almost done. That broke Agamemnon's guards really quickly. We're wrapping up all the flanks here. Oh, hey, those renowned bows Mycenae chased off the Trojan warriors, but we're done. That's it. That's all she wrote. So, I hope with that battle, I was able to expose some of the shortcomings of Hector's army. First of all, if your opponent isn't taking that core infantry line, I don't want to say they're dumb. I just want to say that they wouldn't be utilizing how few tools Hector has. I just don't see another way to play Hector's infantry based off of the units he has. The Guards of Troy, with their cost being where they are, you have to take all three. And with the performance of the Hector's Chosen as a flanking unit, and with the performance of the Champions of Troy, I again just don't see another way to build the core infantry lineup. I mean, you can take some cheaper chaff infantry, but you saw how well the Champions of Troy held up to sustained barrage fire from slingers. It was only after the expensive light javelin men got into the mix that the champions were even at risk. And at 880 funds, Guards of Troy, they're just too good to pass up. I'm gonna take a look at Agamemnon's guards real quick just to show you the cost comparison one more time. But here we are. Guards of Troy cost 880 as compared to Agamemnon's guards 1380. For 500 more funds, Agamemnon's guards still almost lost that encounter. And what I love about Agamemnon's heavy infantry is that they don't have shields. Like, just javelins for days. Javelins, light skirmishers, javelins. Also, did you notice, in that battle, every single one of Hector's special infantry gained an XP chevron. So, to me, playing Hector reminds me an awful lot of playing dwarves in Warhammer 2. I know that sounds totally weird, but hear me out. They have fast for a Trojan units with Hector's Chosen. These are like the Slayers in a lot of ways. Really good at flanking. The difference here is that these guys carry shields with an 85% missile block chance. All right. The same goes for these guys. The Guards of Troy, 75% block chance. The Champions, 85% missile block chance. It's ridiculous. But I'm reminded of Iron Breakers with the Champions of Troy. I'm reminded of Longbeards with shields with the Guards of Troy. I'm also reminded of how weak Hector of Troy is to chariots. You saw how I had to overcommit forces just to deal with one chariot threat in that first battle. The only tools that Hector has for chariots are more chariots, because the Cordybantes aren't going to be able to handle chariots without some kind of beefier support. The Minotaur is, I mean, you saw how useless it was in that battle against Mycenae just now. It doesn't do what it's prescribed to do. So, chariot vulnerability, beefy but slow infantry, with the exception, of course, being Hector's Chosen. And then an epic hero who's designed around being tanky and lasting in battle. And then having ridiculously good and affordable armor-piercing skirmish units. So all those tools together remind me very much of the dwarves in Total War Warhammer and Warhammer 2. So a lot of their shortcomings are also going to come into play. I already mentioned the chariot vulnerability, but they're also going to be vulnerable to heavy javelin kiting forces. Like, I think Ithaca is probably going to be a hard counter to Hector of Troy. A decent Ithaca army is going to take, some Odysseus, and then we're going to look at, let's see here. Oh yeah. How about 5 heavy sword skirmishers? We're gonna take on Hector of Troy's infantry toe to toe here with those guards of Troy. No, we're not. These guys are not going to hold it up. What they are going to do is they're going to throw 4 armor-piercing javelins into those units before they even get into the combat. Heck, you want to go even more skirmishy. So these guys have a speed of 35. Remember that. Here's the sword skirmisher, the light variant. Here, I'll take 5 of those. We got 48 speed, but we also have 4 javelins with 27 damage, 10 of which is armor piercing. All right, like, heck, and we're not even getting into all of these javelins all over the Ithaca roster that are on foot, or the javelins that are on their chariots, or the Cyclops throwing boulders directly into your blobbed up infantry. This is going to be a pain in the butt for Hector of Troy, because Hector of Troy is going to spend the majority of the battle chasing these units. 55 speed, 35, 46, 48, and then Usain Odysseus bolt here with on foot a speed of 45, but a boost from Cheat Hades with a 35% speed boost, and Flights of Artemis with a 25% speed boost, on top of the fact that he can disappear for 67 seconds and then snipe you from that. So, okay, I've been rambling on enough. There's plenty here to talk about. I'd like to know your thoughts on this as well. I am going to cover Mycenae next, as I've been kind of doing in this. You can expect to see more of my Aeneas campaign soon. I'm almost done with it, in fact, and I can't wait to jump into the Penthesilea campaign as soon as that becomes available in, I believe, 3 days' time. So there's plenty of Troy content coming, and I can't wait to see you for it, okay? Love you all. Ta-ta.